Make today iconic. What is up, guys? It's Upcome Sports, back with the Orlando Magic Super Realistic Rebuild, Part 2. Here are the objectives for the Magic in this episode. You guys can pause those if you like. And here, our pick is going to go to the Kings from that Cole Anthony trade, so we won't have a first round pick. But in the second round, we are going to take Vincent Thornton here. Yeah, he's from England, so another project player, power forward. We're kind of weak in that area, so if he can progress into a bench player, that'd be nice. So we're here in free agency. Jalen Horde is prepared to accept an offer from the Grizzlies for about $10 million a season. And to be off the bench for us, we have a lot of bench pieces. We don't really need him for that contract, so we're going to let him go here, and we're not going to match it. And we actually did have a lot of restricted free agents, so they all accepted the qualifying offer. Konate is going to come back for about $2 million. Markelle Fultz, another year, we're going to have him to test out. And also Melvin Frazier and Jonathan Isaac. We'll see if we offer them contracts next season. But here is the roster for the fourth season, I believe it is now. Jaylen Brown, Mohamed Bamba, Jonathan Isaac, Cole Anthony, Markelle Fultz, Melvin Frazier, Konate, Seth Curry, Caspi Thornton, and we are going to send Thornton to the G League for this season. Here's the rotation for the team. Cole Anthony is now our official franchise point guard. Jaylen Brown, Cam Reddish. I might switch Cam Reddish and Jaylen Brown from shooting guard to small forward. Depending on how we do this season, I feel like they'd be better fits in switching positions, but we're going to run 7 seconds still. Here is our first injury of the season. Mohamed Bamba is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. That's a huge injury for our team. And now Konate is going to have to step up and be the starter. I think he's ready for that role. He can get rebounds and get blocks, but not too much scoring from him. So barely the first month into the season, and Cam Reddish now goes down with an injury, 4 to 6 weeks. So that's 2 of our starters out already for pretty significant amounts of the season. And we're going to have to manage. Jonathan Isaac is going to get more minutes, and he's going to become the starter. And we're also going to get some minutes to Omri Caspi, who I did sign as a backup small forward / shooting guard. And we went on a pretty big losing streak right there without Mohamed Bamba, so I think we're going to have to make this trade for Marquise Chriss, second rounder, and Wayne Ellington. Marquise Chriss with a pretty good season on the Jazz. So it's been about 2 months, and Mohamed Bamba is ready to play again, so Konate is going to go to the bench, and Mohamed Bamba is going to get his role back, and that should help us out a lot. We've been losing a lot of games, which is not typical of this team, and that should help on the defensive end as well. Just in the nick of time, Cam Reddish is healthy and ready, and just approaching the All-Star break, we should be in full rotation with our starters, and I expect to get into the playoffs. And just as we got Cam Reddish back, Jonathan Isaac is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks now. That's a big blow to our bench. And now Melvin Frazier is going to get a bulk of Jonathan Isaac's minutes, which Melvin Frazier has been surprisingly playing very well. I might think about re-signing him in the offseason, so we'll give Caspi some more minutes. So here at the All-Star break, it looks like Aaron Gordon is actually going to be our first All-Star of the team, and he's going to be on Team Steph. Very good numbers from Aaron Gordon. I think he's averaging close to 20 points and 8 rebounds at the All-Star break. So we are here at the trade deadline, and really we're going to check out the standings. We are 29 and 23, but we're barely the 7th seed right now. I guess the East has just become overall better because 29 and 23 is a really good record to have at the trade deadline, and we're barely in 7th place. So Jonathan Isaac is back and ready to play. Should help out our bench a lot. But Melvin Frazier did pick up the slack with Jonathan Isaac out, so I appreciate that. And Jonathan Isaac going to get back into the rotation. I think we'll give Melvin Frazier still a little bit more minutes than what he had prior to his injury, so that'll fix that. So now another big injury to one of our starters. Jaylen Brown is going to be out for a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, I think. and he should be back and ready to play. But Jonathan Isaac is going to start at small forward, and we'll move Cam Reddish to shooting guard. And yeah, hopefully we don't lose too many games with Jaylen Brown out, because he is one of our big pieces on this team. And some more bad luck here. Cam Reddish again with an injury, 1 to 2 weeks. So now we're getting really thin at the small forward and shooting guard spots. Melvin Frazier is going to have to start in this emergency, and hopefully he can at least pick up some of what Cam Reddish was doing, because Cam Reddish was providing our scoring and three-point shooting. So Melvin Frazier, hopefully he can provide that at least, or maybe some defense or just effort. So now it looks like Jaylen Brown is finally back, and that's going to really help us because we were losing quite a bit of games, and I don't know if we are out of playoff contention because of that, but we'll see. And Jaylen Brown should fit right back into this. Hopefully no more injuries happen. But Cam Reddish is back and ready to play after his injury. And it was only for a couple of weeks, so it wasn't too bad, not too impactful. And we're ready to go heading into the playoffs. And now we're already in April, and Jonathan Isaac gets injured again, this time for 4 to 6 weeks. So he'll probably miss most of the playoffs if we do get out of the first round. And that's a huge blow again to our bench. But who knows if we'll re-sign him now. He's been having a lot of injuries. So in this season, Stephen Curry wins the MVP for the Warriors. Jalen Green on the Grizzlies, Rookie of the Year. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player. And Buddy Hield on the Pistons, Most Improved. Luke Walton, Coach of the Year. Let's see if anyone made an All-NBA team. Aaron Gordon made the All-NBA third team, averaging 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Shooting pretty effectively from field goal. And not really from 3, but that's not really his game. Let's check out the standings. We were the 8th seed, barely getting into the playoffs, so all those injuries really took a toll on us. And if not, I think we probably would have been a top 5 seed. But we are going to play the Wizards as the number 1 seed. Kind of a weird number 1 seed. Usually the Wizards are pretty bad, but Aaron Gordon leading us in scoring. Jaylen Brown did improve from last season. Cam Reddish improving every season. And Cole Anthony, I like the assists from him. He's going to be our playmaker. Mo Bamba managed to stay healthy for most of the season. Markelle Fultz, we might bring back on a cheap contract. And Jonathan Isaac, still injured, but had a pretty good season. Let's check out the Wizards roster. Bradley Beal is their best player. John Wall still on the team, averaging 23 points per game. Otto Porter, I do see, is injured, so that's going to be a big blow for them. They're going to have to start someone else. RJ Hampton, they did draft as the backup point guard. Here's the rotation for the playoffs. Aaron Gordon is going to be getting most of the minutes because he is our leading scorer. And yeah, just shorter rotations. So here in the first round, let's see what we can manage to do here against the number 1 seed. They do get game 1. Bradley Beal with 29 points, 17 for John Wall. Otto Porter did play. I thought he was injured, but I guess it's just a small injury. Aaron Gordon leading us in scoring. Cole Anthony with the assist. Game 2, we end up losing as well. John Wall with 40 points. Just went off. RJ Hampton 17. Bradley Beal also providing some points out there. Aaron Gordon again with 33. Cole Anthony, pretty good game. But Jaylen Brown not shooting effectively at all. We do get game 3. Aaron Gordon again leading us in scoring, this time with a double-double. Cole Anthony with the scoring again. John Wall and Bradley Beal leading their team in scoring. They're going to do most of the work for them, but can we tie it up? We do tie up the series 2-2. Aaron Gordon again leading us in scoring. He's been a beast. Jaylen Brown finally picking up the slack. RJ Hampton and Keldon Johnson for them, leading them in scoring. Critical game here. Game 5. Can we take a huge lead? It looks like we do have a lead, and we blow them out. 22-point victory. Cam Reddish finally shows up, leads us in scoring. And for them, Bradley Beal only had 13 points. And we'll see what we can do here. Let's see if we can close them out. Jonathan Isaac is back, so that'll be nice for the next playoff series, because we do end up winning here in 6 games. Aaron Gordon went off, averaging 24 points in these playoffs. Cole Anthony also doing very well in this series. Bradley Beal and John Wall tried it, but it wasn't enough. So Jonathan Isaac is back, and we're going to insert him into the bench lineup. And here's the lineup going into the next series against the Pistons. Pretty much the same as the regular season. So here's the team that the Pistons are rolling with. Andre Drummond still on this team, averaging only 17 points in the playoffs. Blake Griffin, been a beast this whole playoffs. Bam Adebayo. They also have Buddy Hield, who went off in the regular season, got most improved player. But let's see what's going to go down in the second round. Game 1. We do lose here. Blake Griffin with 30 points, 6 and 6. Buddy Hield also had a nice game. Markelle Fultz leads us in scoring. Cam Reddish. Aaron Gordon only had 12 and 10. Not too good from him. Cole Anthony only 8 points. Game 2, we tie up the series. Sterling Brown led them in scoring. That's not going to be good for them. And Jaylen Brown for us, leading us in scoring. Finally picking up the slack from last series. Mo Bamba, the second leading scorer. Game 3, we do win. Cam Reddish this time with 29 points. Been a beast. Aaron Gordon, 22, 8 and 2. And it looks like Cole Anthony's having trouble shooting, but Blake Griffin, again, 30 points. Game 4, we take a 3-1 lead. Commanding 3-1 lead. Aaron Gordon, again, leading us in scoring. Cam Reddish doing a little bit of everything. Mo Bamba, double-double. Buddy Hield led them in scoring. Blake Griffin as well. Drummond not really shooting effectively. Can we win? They do win this game. 3-2 now the series. Blake Griffin again doing a little bit of everything. And Aaron Gordon again leading us in scoring for I don't know how many games he's led us in scoring. But can we win in 6? We do win in 6 here. Jaylen Brown again. Aaron Gordon with a nice game. Cam Reddish also 20 points. 3 20-point scorers in that game. Sterling Brown again led them in scoring. Not good. So here in the conference finals, very tough matchup against the 76ers. Ben Simmons and Embiid still on this team. Obviously, they don't have Markelle Fultz because he's on our team. They also don't have Jimmy Butler. They did not re-sign him. But they did manage to sign Jabari Parker, who's been pretty effective as the starter. And besides from that, not too much. For the Sixers, we will have a game plan. Ben Simmons will be guarded by Jaylen Brown, probably our best defender. And we're going to dare him to shoot, as we always do with Ben Simmons. And for Joel Embiid, we're going to try to double team as much as we can because Mo Bamba, I don't trust him to actually be able to stop Embiid. So we're going to have to double him in the post, and that should work for us. Conference Finals, Game 1. Let's see who's going to take it. Looks like Markelle Fultz was a little bit injured. He's good now. The Sixers do take Game 1. Ben Simmons with 27. Embiid didn't have a good game. Jaylen Brown and Cam Reddish with 20 apiece. And Jonathan Isaac actually with a pretty good scoring game. Not so good from Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon goes down with an injury. So Jonathan Isaac will replace him as the power forward. Huge blow to the team. I don't know how we're going to respond, but hopefully we don't go down morally. Game 2. We'll leave the game plan the same. They do win Game 2 in a pretty close one. Ben Simmons again leading them in scoring. Cole Anthony with 10 assists and 17 points. Game 3, same game plan we'll use. We do win Game 3. Jaylen Brown doing it all out there. 2 steals as well. But Mo Bamba also getting a block. But Embiid was just a beast. Double-double for him. Ben Simmons as well. Game 4. And we do lose this game. I guess Aaron Gordon's having a really bad impact, his injury. So Cam Reddish led us in scoring. But Jonathan Isaac had not even 5 points. Okay. Are we going to lose this series? We do lose in 5. Aaron Gordon, injury having a lot of impact in this one. Embiid and Simmons just went off. We were not able to stop them. But Cole Anthony did lead us in scoring, 23, 3, and 7. 1 steal. It's going to be the Warriors and the 76ers in the finals. Let's see if we lost to the eventual champions. 2-2 series, 3-2, and the Sixers take it all. Joel Embiid, Finals MVP. Will the Magic ever get to the finals? Will they keep improving every season? Will Aaron Gordon come back as the same player? Find out on part 3. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to subscribe for some more videos.